Welcome to Oasis.
Okay, I think I should be good now. Alright, so let's look at our comp here. We're playing Roadhog, Ana, Lucio, Reaper, Sojourn. They're playing, like, honestly a troll comp. I don't understand why the fuck they're on this. But, okay, our goals for this fight are gonna be to take the high ground. And whenever we see they're on Zen, we need to kill their Zen and protect our Ana, okay? Like, that should be the main goals for this fight. We need to all be rotating to this high ground. Our Ana and Sojourn can play here if we can get to this high ground first, but they have more mobility, so we don't. So we need to all be playing in that hallway, fighting in the hallway. We lose this fight because I think we don't do this. Let's look at positioning here. They get here way faster than us. They have a way more mobile comp. Studio. Okay. First big thing. Studio, don't do this. Okay. You are like, you play Reaper as like a flanker almost, but Reaper isn't really a flanker. Like, not with this anyway. Reaper, like, you just sit with me and we run stuff over as like a unit. Like, me and you, like, imagine if, like, I'm pretty sure you're just gonna get like forced off the high ground here. You have forced Wraith, you gotta back away, your Wraith's gone. So, like, that's just not good. I'm gonna rewind it, because I only looked at Studio there. But yeah, basically, like, Studio, you should, like, if you're on Reaper in this like Lucio Kiriko style comp, you need to be playing with your tank. It's the only way you're gonna get a lot of value. Okay, now they use their disruptor shot early, which is like, I don't even think I noticed this. If they use their disruptor shot early, like, we kind of just like, we need to wait until we aren't all split off by it to engage. Also, I didn't know that Studio is going for this flank here, so this is just like, this is a really, really bad engage. We have Tin who's over here as I'm gonna try to walk onto the stairs. Studio uses Wraith super early, and both of his abilities really, he teleports and Wraiths. Tin is completely cut off by the disruptor. It's just me, kind of Easton, and Convinced in this little room, and really we should all be in this little room together. So like, I kill the Lucio here, it doesn't matter. Okay, we try to rotate over. Easton, like, if you're gonna be there, you need to like go make a play faster, and yeah, like you should have like booped and then came back into the room. Like just playing out here, you're not really providing any value. I'm Discord. Tracer comes behind, nobody calls it out. Yeah. We get wiped there because of the bad engage. They got more value out of their abilities than we did. Like, we just need to, like, not waste abilities like that and take engages better. Move back over here. We swap off Ana onto Kiriko. It's a good swap against their comp. Kiriko shits on Junker Queen. Here, like, since they're all going to play right there, making this rotation to play like under them is good because it forces them to drop and we can get picks off that. Now, let's look at our positioning here. Where is 10? Okay. So this is really bad positioning for me and the supports here. Like, I wanted to move to point, but you guys weren't ready to. And if you aren't ready to, like, just tell me that. Like, be like, yo, Tusk, chill, back up. Because, like, now I'm super vulnerable. I'm going to take a lot of poke that I shouldn't take. It's going to charge their ults. Maybe I die because of Discord. Like, there's just a lot of bad things that can happen here. We need to make sure that, like, stuff like this shouldn't happen because a better team will capitalize on this and kill me, and we will lose. Okay. They do recognize that. They rotate back around. Okay. Hooking JQ is good there. Need to focus her down. Focus JQ. Huge kill. Convinced you should probably be like here where 10 is. Like, this is kind of a vulnerable position, especially whenever they have Zen. Something cool that's happening back here. Easton and Studio are diving the Zen together. If they have Zen against this comp, like, you should probably, like, doing this dive is cool, but you need to, like, communicate, like, that you're doing it. I don't think I or anybody else knew you were doing this. And so 10, I see your messages. The reason that playing on low ground is better is because they have more mobility than us and also more damage because of Zen. So if we like try to go fight up there, like one-on-one, we probably just lose. Like, their Tracer can flank around us and put pressure on us. Their Tracer can flank around us and put pressure on us. I'm gonna get discorded, I'm gonna get bursted. We're gonna have to use more resources to fight for high ground than to poke around and look for picks like we got on the low ground. Like, against this, like, this is kind of a troll comp, so the way you play against this is different than you would against, like, for instance, in the mirror, yes, you go fight to take high ground, but in, like, since they're playing JQ, Soldier and Tracer, Zen, Lucio, like, we're gonna get fucking faded if we try to play, take the high ground from them. But if we just play low ground, we can look for picks, look for anybody out of position. A hook is a free win for us. If we play low ground, it forces them to drop off of the high ground, and then they're super vulnerable. Basically, like, low ground is better because of the comp they're playing. And whenever I was talking about the the better fight engage, I will rewind to that and I will explain like what I mean. I just mean that like the way we took it was bad. Like if we want to take one better, I will, like I tried to explain, but I guess it's basically I just want a 5-man stack going up these stairs. Like we shouldn't TP in. Studio, you should be with the team right now. We should have waited out the disruptor shot. I didn't even notice it was there because it splits 10 off. Studio's lost 2 abilities. We get to pick on the snowman. Easton is out here for some reason. Like, basically we needed to play together and we needed to take these stairs, and we should have won if we did. Especially considering we got the first pick, but we didn't wait out the disruptor shot. We didn't. Our Lucio is like out here for some reason. Studio lost 2 abilities early on, and we didn't play it around Discord well enough. I should have probably backed off because I didn't have Easton with me. Like if he was there, I probably would have been fine, but I wasn't because he's Discorded and I don't have a second support with me. Like basically, if we're gonna play this like hog rush comp, it is seriously like it is like a Rhine comp but with hog. Like we are all just gonna play together like as if it were goats and then run at them. But if we're gonna keep like taking these like weird like flanks and like trying to do stuff on our own, it's never gonna work. Like that's not how this comp works, and sometimes we try to make it work like that and we lose because of it. Now I'm gonna go back to the next fight. We already talked about this. Cool. Let me look at something. You probably could slide up to the high ground here. Convinced. They aren't on high ground. It's free. I'd just slide up if I were you, but it's fine. We need to be focusing the people on point here more. By the way, if y'all are talking in my Twitch or my YouTube chat, I can't like. I guess I can open it up on my phone so I can see it. Another thing at the end of that fight, like, convinced Easton, you should probably just like turn around. Like they got like 10% for free off of that, and they really shouldn't have. If we just turn around and focus down their Sojourn and Lucio quicker, I think it'd be good. So the reason that I don't want to like bully them off high ground right there is because while on the one hand we do have more sustain and they have Queen, Shout and Discord Orb are very like annoying. Like sometimes their Tracer will randomly flank and get a kill. Sometimes Shout will allow them to get away from us after I hit a hook. Sometimes I don't know, there's a lot of things that can happen. I think if we can just play for a hook, like because they're playing JQ, I think it'd be better. Like I'm not entirely positive because like I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anybody really knows how to perfectly play against this comp, but like bullying them doesn't work with their mobility as much. Like the reason that Reaper is really good in this meta, and I probably should have called the swap on it, is because Reaper like squats up with a tank and y'all run them over. You run the other tank over. But that only really works like super well anyway in the mirror. Like outside of the mirror, like Reaper isn't even that good. Cause like what does Reaper really do on this comp or against this comp? He doesn't even really bother JQ that much. Really the main thing he kills is Zen. But so if we want to kill Zen, with Reaper, we should just be mirroring the Tracer. Reaper is good because he supports your tank and runs over the enemy tank, but like whenever Zen Discord is thrown on you and they have a Tracer bothering your supports and and they have JQ a shout, like Reaper isn't that valuable, thus it's not as brawly, I guess. Like, yeah, we have more sustain, but they have a lot of ways to like draw attention off of us. In the mirror, yes, again, you always fight up here, but this isn't a mirror. Like, you have to like adapt to this team if they're gonna play like goofy shit like this. Like, you can't just play it like you would like a traditional scrim, I guess. Like, because they're playing compy, you almost have to like play compy too, in my opinion, unless you change the comp. Okay, they want to play high ground. Okay, let's look for positioning here. Where's Studio? Like, why? What do you plan to do there? Like, just play with us. Studio, just play with us. You don't gotta like go for these flanks and stuff. And if you do, we should probably just have you swap. Okay, 10. It's an okay rush, I guess. Okay, we probably over ulted there. Okay, one thing I wanted to talk about is I want us to like start like pre-planning ults. If we wanted to rush Blossom there, like I think we should have calmed it, and then whenever we rush Blossomed, like I just shouldn't have whole hogged. Like, the only reason I really whole hogged was to counter the JQ ult. I didn't even really do it that well. They only used one ult to R3. We might not even have beat for the next fight. We're at a big disadvantage here. We need to rotate back to high ground. We do. They swap horse. Okay. So now that they're on horse, like, convinced, your job becomes different. You need to be like taking wider angles more often. So like pre-fight, it's okay to fight here. I would still prefer you to be up on the fucking dick or whatever. Play up here. And then like as the fight progresses, you can move over here. Like, don't be afraid to take these wide, high angles and like ask for 10 or Easton to come help you whenever you need it. You should be looking to create crossfires whenever you can. Like, let's say we're all fighting up here, you can even slide down over here, shoot at them from over here. You just need to be creating crossfires, especially against the horse or in the mirror. Like, that should be your main goal. Create a crossfire with our team, try to get picks. See, they're pathing, so they're gonna go main. We need to be going up to high ground. We need to be up there right now. Move to high ground. Ah, why do we give up high ground? Bad play from me. Like, the convince goes up there. I hook the horse into us. Convince gets picked. We get collided. It's game. Okay. So we basically just lost that because we wasted our ults the fight before. They had ults, we didn't. Okay, now we're getting into like the more like professional coaching, I guess. Okay, so this is the meta comp. This is a real like stack comp, and then you kind of have convinced to like goes for off angles and stuff. Try to create crossfires again, especially with this one. Convinced, you have a couple of options here. If we were playing against the full mirror, I would say to go take an off angle somewhere, get up here in this little window, or play over here as we engage on the high ground. But since they're playing Tracer and not really on it, but since they're playing Tracer, you don't really want to get like spotted out by her, so you should really just be playing with us here Good that you recognize that. I'm gonna go up on the high ground early, force out sleep, get on a and nade. Okay. Let me run this. This is kind of a bad play for me, but I didn't have a mic. Whenever I go in, like, whenever I engage with Jump Studio, I need you to go with me. Like, even fucking teleport up there. Whenever... The only reason that this comp is good is because Reaper and Winston are, like, unkillable together. Especially whenever they have Kiriko and Lucio support. That's why this comp is good. So I go up here... Where's Studio? Where's Studio? Fuck. Studio's on a flank. So I don't even know that he's over here. Me and 10 go in honestly a little too early. Here's a really important thing to note. Ana uses both of our cooldowns. I want to go peel for convinced. Convinced, how do you get caught out here? You probably should not have been there. Where were you? Okay, so this is because you try to go from main. You just get caught out. Yeah. Kind of leave you behind too because you had to do slide. Okay. Ideally, like, the reason that this fight doesn't go as perfectly as we wanted is because you had to use slide to catch up back to us, or catch back up to us. Like, against the horse, as I said, the horse tracer, like, they're gonna try to rush you down. That's all they want to do. So you need to be playing, like, with us. Like, you're almost like a fucking brawl DPS. You should be sliding in with me and Kiriko here. Playing in the back like this, as you see, the tracer and horse are just gonna beam for you. It means that Easton and me have to peel for you, ignoring the pick on the Ana. I think Studio probably gets it, but it's like, the fact that we have to peel for you sucks. Like, whenever we're on the full, like, Winston rush comp, like, you should use your slide aggressively to go in with the Winston and the Kiriko and the Reaper most of the time. There are some times that, like, you do want to play back like this, but especially against, like, the Tracer Orisa, you just can't afford to. You're gonna get picked, or if you don't get picked, it's gonna mean that we have to peel so hard for you that our initial goal of diving on the Lucio, Ana, and Sojourn is lost. Yeah, so you die. I assume we probably lose this fight. 10, I like the positioning. Force the Orisa and Tracer out. We probably win because they're in horrible positioning. We get a good beat. Tracer dies. We need to be going on this Sojourn over here. I go on the Lucio, that's bad. Let me adjust my camera. We needed to be going on the Sojourn. In fights like that, try to spot out where the DPS is and calm them, because a lot of the times they're gonna be what's gonna, like, carry the fight back. Like, their Sojourn obviously doesn't here, but, like, sometimes, like, they'll just fucking, you know, randomly kill two or kill one with rail shot, and then boom, like, fight is now winnable for them even though we're up so majorly. They swap Reaper here. Reaper and Hog. See, what else do we have? We have no ults. They have nano boost. So if I had to guess, they're probably going to nano the Hog onto this high ground. They're going to all walk to this high ground and nano the Hog. Our play here should probably be to try to have me farm Primal and then Primal their backline or Primal them off the map. That's going to be pretty much the main way we win this fight. Because of the nano dog, their Ana is super vulnerable also, so, like, but the thing is they have Hogs, so it's a little harder to get to her. But if we can spot her out, we should be able to just run her over, honestly. Should be a very free kill. See their pathing. Do they go top? They do go top. They use Disruptor. Studio gets picked. I have Primal. Our win condition is met. Convinced gets a great pick. Where are you, Convinced? Where are you playing? You're right there. That's great. Convince just kills everything. Another thing I really want to talk about is I want you guys to not be so afraid to like calm for help. Convince you especially, like if you're playing on like an off angle, like don't be afraid to like calm, like Yota and Easton, come help. Okay, solid map. We're gonna go back to the hog rush here.
Ready for battle.
Now we want to control the high ground. They're mirroring us. Sorry.
Ready for battle.
Okay. So we're gonna play over here. If I remember correctly, somebody gets picked, but we still win the fight. Let's talk about the pathing. Going through this room is faster. I'm not sure why we didn't do that, but we should have done that. Speed is very important. Yeah, see, like, they get there way before us. I get hooked. The hook doesn't matter. Good cleanse. Yeah. Okay, so, really good play. They hooked me first, but it doesn't, like, hooking me first is bad. Studio goes in on that, and that shows, like, why the hog and the tank, or the hog and the Reaper, or the Winston and the Reaper, whatever tank and the Reapers squatted up together is really strong in the meta right now. We need to be making sure that we're focus firing the same target at the same time. We should probably both be looking at the Kiriko here. Yeah. Let's get behind. Should we kill this motherfucker? Or do I think I miss every shot on him. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, let's talk about positioning for this next fight. Convinced. Play up here. Good positioning. Very good positioning. Everybody else kind of play like not in this choke. This choke is actually really not good for our comp because they have hog. It's too risky. One hook loses us the fight. This choke is a lot better. It lets Convinced use this high ground. This high ground means that a hook is not as devastating for us. I'm not sure where we play, but playing around this choke right here and this wall is a lot better. Yeah, we should be backing up here. This is kind of my fault. Okay, good. Convinced, you need to be taking high ground. Where's Studio? Studio died and he's coming back. Yeah, Convinced just look to take high ground here. Don't have to take such aggressive positioning. You can early fight to get some poke, but make sure you get up there. We're seating positioning because they're going right side. This is good. Very, very great rotation from us. Good sign calling it out. Good hook. Focus the hog down. They use Suzu. Okay. Whenever they use Suzu like that, we just need to disengage. We don't need to go in here. Like, this is bad for us. They have a crossfire on us. We don't go in whenever they defensively Suzu and run away with speed boost. We don't go in. We just back up. We just back up and wait for our cooldowns to come back. Because I don't have hook here. Hook is our main win condition for fights. I don't have hook. Okay, so how are we going to get a kill? We don't have a rail shot. We don't have... Like, it just doesn't... We don't have any ults. It doesn't make sense. Like, back up whenever they have cooldowns. They still have hook. They just use Suzu to get away. They use speed. Like, we can just wait this out. We don't have to take this horrible fight and potentially die. Yep, Easton, oh, you are lucky as shit. Never mind, no you're not. But that was just bad. Like, we don't need to go aggressive there. You just, like, wait for our cooldowns. Ten dies, unlucky. Yep. I don't know. That we lost that because we were super over aggressive. Like we didn't need to do that at all. We could have just backed up. Like you gotta play around important cooldowns. Trading hook for Suzu is perfectly okay, and if you do that, like you just back up and wait for hook again, because you're not gonna be able to get any kills otherwise. We don't need to go aggro whenever they have a crossfire. If we do, it's just bad. Okay, So they're gonna play around the jump pack. I believe we make the call to go all the way around right. I think this is a good call. Because now we can play under where it forces them to drop down. Their hog is wildly out of position. Surely we kill this motherfucker. I missed my hook, so we probably don't. Rush down the hog. Suzu pops out. We should back up. We should back up. Okay, if they Suzu the hog, like, you just back up. We don't need to go in whenever they use Suzu. It's just like a certain death sentence. If not, they're gonna win the cooldown trade if you don't die, but we have been dying. Good response to the rush. Whole hogging a rush is really good. That was a good boop by Easton. Whole hogging a rush is really good. So here we need to like be calling to make a play. We're up 2. Hog has a lot of sustain. The way to kill Hog is with the Hog of your own and the Reaper running on him. I think we are still down studio if I'm not mistaken. No, you're going on a flank to go kill their backline. Don't do this. Just play point. Play with the team. It's okay. I know you want to go kill everything, but don't. Okay, we need to be making a play to kill Hog. Since we don't, he gets a pick. Oh, clutch. He does not get a pick, but he should have. We clean up. It's cool, but we need to be making a play to kill a Hog faster there. We probably just like amp speed out of him. I don't know if we had it or not, but if we did, that would have been the play. Here, we need to be holding, again, same spot here. That way we can rotate over here if they go this way. If they go left, I'm not really worried about it. The only person who gets value from this high ground is Convinced, so Convinced should be playing there. The reason we all don't want to be up here is because, like, it actually leaves us really vulnerable to this rotation. And again, the only people that get value out of this is Convinced and maybe 10. But I mean, if 10 wants to get up here and wants to get down from here, he can just press teleport and boom, or wall climb and boom. Like, we don't need to all be playing here, playing around this wall. So Convinced can use this or this, and 10 can use this or this is much better. But we keep kind of wanting to push up. That's kind of my fault. We need to be making sure we're playing around this wall right here. This is a good wall. Okay, a lot of Sojourners do this. If they waste Disruptor, like, we can kind of use that as like an opportunity to go aggressive. Disruptor is like a much more powerful ability than a lot of people give it credit to, or credit for. Like, in hindsight, I probably would have waited a couple seconds for them to come through after Disruptor. I would have rushed like right here. Not here, once they all get through, I guess. Nah, we didn't get a good opportunity. But in theory you could, if the opportunity presented itself. There Orisa and Lucio feed. We don't kill the Lucio somehow. Surely we get some kills here. We don't. Most unlucky hook of all time. Okay. Look for the poke here, look for the poke, but eventually back up and play around this wall. We need to be making sure we're doing that. Go ahead and sim through this, because I kind of already talked about how I want us to hold here. We do have Rush, Blossom, we have Beat. I guess we'll talk about this now. What do we want to use Beat for? Okay, so Beat doesn't really actually like counter many ults here. So Beat is more of a response tool. Like, you can use it to counter their engage, or make your own super aggressive engage, or like counter a rush would be your best bet, but a lot of times they're going to want to rush Blossom, so that's not really that valuable. Beat is kind of at Easton's will. He's been having good beats so far, so I'm not going to say too much about it, but we should be looking for Rush Blossom here. Rush is good. Is our Reaper in position to do anything? He is. Okay, looks like it's going to be a Rush Blossom wipe. Oh, perfect beat. Very lucky that the Lucio got the Suzu there. Probably dies before he can get the beat off otherwise. That's why beat is normally not a good counter to Rush Blossom, but there it was. Good play. Need to focus the Sojourn here. I see her, nobody else does. And we kill Kiriko, and it's game. Good cleanup. This map was a lot better than the last one. I really like the rotations we were making, plays we were making. This was a good round. Probably has to do with the fact that they weren't playing some bullshit, to be honest. If I remember correctly, we dominate this next round. Did they change Sim TP, by the way? Can somebody answer that for me? Because I don't know, I haven't played Sim, but like we kind of like walk up to like here to TP, and I understand that gives us more distance, but it also means there's more time between you switching and like, or more accurately, like you getting there. Just TP from spawn. I don't care if it's not that much distance, it's still going to be faster than walking. Unless they changed it, in which case, my bad. I'm not going to call for the TP out of spawn play again. It's not good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here, I kind of like fighting on the right side. I do believe that's what we do. Why did John not take the TP?
Ready for battle.
Am I missing something?
5,
What just happened?
3, 2, 1.
Okay. Interesting. So they don't really want to control this side. They want to play on point. Just kind of like not good for them. I think what our play here is, again, we're going to be playing around hook. We want to hook somebody into us, and we want to burst them down, or at least force a lot of cooldowns like Suzu, Defense Matrix out, Disruptor shot maybe. Like we want to force a lot of cooldowns out by using the hook. And then if we can burst them down. If not, cooldowns. And then we win the cooldown exchange because it's hook for like 2 to 3 cooldowns, hopefully. Playing in this room is good. Playing in this room is good. Convinced, if you want, like... Nah, probably not events. The D.Va Genji, you probably just play with us here. They aren't really giving you a lot of good opportunities to off-angle. I like the rotation we make. Their Kiriko's split off. I hook the D.Va. Defense Matrix has to be used. Let's look at our positioning there, because I feel like that hook on the D.Va should have forced at least Suzu. No way, studio. Okay. Studio walks into the Kiriko, forces them back, walks into the team. Doesn't look at the D.Va till after I've... Okay, I guess it's probably just a comms thing. Probably just a comms thing. If I was talking, it would have forced more cooldowns.
The objective is now active.
Okay. We don't really need to get first cap here. Huge pick onto the D.Va. Kiriko dead. We win. Make sure we focus down the Sojourn. Make sure we call whenever she has rail more. If you ever see that she has rail, just say it. Avoid some random picks. It doesn't happen there, but it can. Me and 10 really shouldn't have died there, but I think that was just kind of like bad cleanup from us. Not really much we can do about it. Just clean up better. Okay, but if we are down, don't play up here. Play back so your Lucio can speed me and help Kiriko TP back. Like, don't play so far up. I don't care if you're just getting poked, you're playing Reaper, you're not going to get any more than like 3% ult charge anyway. It's a waste of time. Huge waste of time. Just back up. Very risky. Let's look for the hook. Miss hook. Keep playing in this room. This room is way easier for us to play in than it is for them. They use deflect. Also, calling out deflect is a pretty big deal here too. Try to always do that. Studio, where are you? How do you get picked? Like, don't. Yeah. A lot of like your deaths are just down to like you trying to do more than you need to. Like, you don't need to be the carry. You are a supportive DPS in this comp. The only people who are like really truly carries in this comp are like Convinced and like maybe me if I'm playing good, me. But really it's mostly Convinced that needs to like pop off. Me, you, Kiriko, and Lucio just need to like pocket each other, make each other stronger. Going for like mini flanks like this, it's just like it's gonna wind up in you getting picked or you getting 5 kills, and more often than not it's gonna be you getting picked. The rare like, okay, you won this fight by using a flank kill is cool, but it's not as important as us being consistent and winning more through just playing together.
This ends now.
Probably didn't need beat. I don't know if Easton called this or not, because I don't think he did. I knew the Kiriko was over here because I like saw her TP, but if he didn't call this, then he needs to, and we need to go rush and kill this Kiriko and Genji before they potentially kill Easton. If they kill Easton, that's a very big deal for us. Kill that hoe. Need to be a little faster than that. Better Genji will kill Easton there. Very lucky that he didn't. Positioning, again, I really like playing this right room. Convinced, since they're playing the D.Va Genji, just play with us all the time. Don't know why I'm not playing the right room. Don't know why I'm out here. I'm throwing. Here we have Overclock and Rush. She's probably looking to back up and Studio, no. No, they have D.Va. You're just gonna get DM'd. Forced to Wraith. I have to back up, so you're alone. Kill the Sojourn. Good. They beated, bombed, bladed. Getting next to no value out of those 3 ults. Good Blossom. Again, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes you'll just kill 5. And, like, that's cool. But like, the more consistent way to play that would have just been like playing with us. Like, it's sometimes, again, you'll kill 5 like you did in this fight, and other times you'll get picked first and we're playing from behind. Here we need to play back so Easton can go speed back Convinced. We just need to play way back, way back. Not even in this choke. Whenever we're down a person on this map, or really on any control map, we should be playing this back choke if we're down. And we just wait for them to get back, and then we can move back into this right room. That's where we're strong. 10. Yeah, we need to be speeding players back more. It's not good that we're not. They swap to the Hog. Both miss hook. Neither has hook. Okay. So, this is bad positioning for me. Again, we need to be using this right room more. But since I'm not in this right room, and nobody called to make the rotation of the right room, We can't be in here since they're on hog. Like, we are so lucky that their hog doesn't just turn around and fucking mark both of you.
This ends
Like,
now.
we are so lucky that he has, like, 2 awareness. We need to be playing in here. And since big pick, Genji's on the flank. Gotta focus Genji. Should just be clean up, focus Sojourn first, Sojourn first, Sojourn first. For some reason I have no idea she's there. Do we lose this fight? That is completely my fault. We should have looked at Sojourn. That is so bad. I think Studio called pop ult here or something and I did and died. Yeah. It's whatever. Hoggle isn't that important.
Not so fast.
I'd rather us call to do something than not do anything. We force breather, we force rail, or not rail, we force breather and we force disruptor. That's what I mean with like the hooks forcing cooldowns and us winning the cooldown exchange because of it. Unfortunately Studio gets hooked there, but we have they have overclock. Their Sojourn's still losing the duel to Convince because he's that guy. Great beat. Probably should have waited a little longer, to be honest. I think it was a good beat. But if we would have amped speed in and then beat it, it probably would have been better. We were all basically full. It's a good beat engage, like in theory, but it should have just been a little bit later. But I mean, honestly, it does not matter that much. Somebody needs to calm that the Genji's behind us, so I can go kill him. Good. Honestly, that map was pretty good, especially after the first point. I think the first point was kind of where the problems were. And I think that's just because they were running a goofy comp and we didn't really know why. So 10, you asked me why I hooked the squishy instead of or hooked the diva instead of the squishy. Honestly, maybe I tried to hook the squishy and missed, or maybe it was because I wanted to force cooldowns. Hooking diva is not that bad, to be honest. Like, yeah, you could definitely get a pick on a squishy, but you're not always going to hit it. And also, like, sometimes, like, you just miss and you hit the diva instead because she has a fucking fat ass hitbox. Like, yeah, sure, in theory, hooking the squishy would be way better. I don't know exactly what instance you're talking about, but hooking diva is still fine. It forces cooldowns. Hitting a hook in general is just like, okay, this is cool. Doesn't really matter like who it is, it's gonna force cooldowns, and that's the main goal of hook. Okay, they come out with a comp that shits on us and we lose. I also have some bad plays here. Let's talk about positioning. I really hate our positioning here. So I know the common like Junkertown instinct here is to want to play around this bridge and this high ground, but because we have the double sniper Babzen, actually the better place to play around is going to be like, okay, I'm going to be here on this high ground right here. Our Widow is going to be like here or here, really wherever the Widow wants to play, wherever the Widow thinks it's okay. Yeah, 10. I'll look at it. I'll look at it. We can talk about it. I kind of want to talk about the positioning here right now. Sigma right here, this high ground. Widow back here somewhere, wherever you think you should position. Typically I see people start here or start over here. Zen, Bap. Zen, you should be like here. Bap, you could either be playing with me or you could be playing with Zen, depending on what they're playing. Since they're playing this, you should probably be playing with the Zen. I'm not too vulnerable to anything. You can still heal me from a distance. Zen's going to be harder to heal from a distance. Ashe, you should probably be like, again, wherever the Widow isn't. Like, there's a Widow. You can either play like basically the Widow should be here, or the Ashe should be here, or the Widow and the other one should be like somewhere over here, like behind the Zen, where the Zen should sit. Personally, I like to put the Widow here, and I like to put the Ashe over there. That's what I think is best. But honestly, whichever positioning y'all are more comfortable with. We have really bad positioning, and they have a comp that rolls us, so we lose. Once it goes behind, I don't think anybody calls this. I forget to shield the Widow because I'm a dumbass. We lose the fight. We make instant swaps. Love it. This comp is way worse off of first point anyway. Yeah, cool. Whatever. Happens. Bad positioning. We didn't know what to do. Whatever. Next point. I probably should have just immediately swapped. By the way, I called break here. The reason was you could still play this comp if we had the break against the dive. Let me check and see what you guys are saying in the comments. For some reason, the comments are like repeating on here. I'm gonna go check it and see if it's any different. No, it's not. Okay. Positioning here. I like to hold here, like up here, normally. But they have dive, and we have double sniper, Sigma, BAP, and like honestly, we're just gonna lose. Like, we're just getting hard, like, comp diffed, and it is unfortunate. Huge pick, cool pick. I should not have been playing here. We lose this fight because I'm playing here. Because, like, instinctually, that's where I normally play, but I should have known that I can't play here against the dive. Also, if y'all see somebody, like me, for instance, out of position like this, call it. Like, if we were playing in a bad spot, like, I feel like you guys probably saw that I shouldn't have been there. Just call it. That way I can back up and we don't just get absolutely rolled. Again, I'm on low ground, so they're gonna dive high ground and y'all are gonna die. My bad. My bad. We lost that because of me. Flux isn't that valuable here, so I just switch off. They're gonna Suzu it. Okay, I do want to talk about this defense because this defense is good, but it could have been better. One, probably shouldn't have been playing BAP. BAP is not that good with what we're running, to be honest. You can very easily get dove. They can force ML like that, then ML is useless. It's going to be hard for you to get a lot of value out of the healing because we're not going to be clumped up at all. The main thing the BAP does here is like damage, honestly. That's the main value you probably are going to get after BAP is like the poke pre-fight. But I don't think that's as valuable. Personally, I think like Kiriko or Ana is a good swap. Probably Kiriko. I think Kiriko is a great swap here. Another thing, positioning. Play around this on both attack and defense. This is the most valuable positioning on third point, and for a lot of it, it felt like only me and maybe 10 were up here. Like, this is such a valuable positioning, and not abusing it is kind of ridiculous, to be honest. Especially with D.Va, it's really easy to control this, so we need to be doing that. Okay, so here somebody called to engage off the Widow pick. I don't know. The thing is, engaging there is not like... all we can do is really like force cooldowns. We can't really like engage with this comp, to be honest. Only I can. So we can't really engage. Very lucky that they didn't burst me down. Very cool. Play around the high ground. Play around the high ground. So sorry, studio. What the fuck am I doing? studio. You monster. Okay. A Doom that engages with his fucking slam is super vulnerable. Even though he still has block here, like, he's super killable. Let's try to hit a few more shots and burst him down. He should have died there. That was a feed from him. Again, we need to be playing around the high ground. But I think I just want to kill the Doom. Yeah. I feel like we can't really contest the high ground as well whenever I'm not there. But I need to go get kills, I guess. Good window. They wasted rush. Not sure if we needed a Valk and window. We probably should have like only used one. Probably just comes out of comms. Definitely should not have used Bob. Over ulting. Probably gonna be bad for us at some point. Unfortunately, they over ulted too. But still not good. Again, I'm fucking cock blocking studio. Cause I'm fucking shit. Some point studio's like, get the fuck away, and I was like, oh my bad bro, I didn't even know. Yep. That is the reason that I was playing over there. Like their Doom is kind of feeding. He shouldn't be able to get picks like this, but he does. We need to be like making sure we're peeling. Very swaggy Diva Bomb. Focus the Doom, focus the Doom, focus the Doom. Probably should call Widow, actually. I don't think anybody does. So 10 dies. How the fuck did we bring this one back? The studio go crazy or something? How do we bring this back? Oh, the MO touch. Yep. Very clean. They make some misplays. Somebody needs to go kill the Widow. Somebody needs to kill the Widow. We don't need 3 to fight on cart. They waste blade. Move back to the high ground. Convinced you can probably play like here on this high ground, or you can play on the wheel and then fall back to here, but probably playing in them like near the mega room probably not the best. Okay, cool, you get up there. I think you're just waiting on your coach. Something cool we can do with like this comp is we can wait for a dynamite to land, and then Lucio, Diva, and Tracer can go dive on whoever's dynamited, as long as they don't have Suzu. If they don't have Suzu, that's a play. They go for the back cap. Okay, whenever they go for the back cap here, we should not have all given up high ground. Like, we don't need to all go fight this Doom. Doom wastes all his cooldowns, but he's not vulnerable. I want to kill the Genji. Very swaggy played. Okay, somebody needs to call that the Widow's there. I would have gone back and killed her if I knew. Honestly, very, very solid defense. Very, very solid. Had some shitty ult usage, great recontest. Honestly, the BAP, I don't really like it, but I mean, you played really well on it, so it did okay. Okay, they go blitz point, but only with 2 of them. Who is that? they got their Kiriko and their Lucio on point. Now here we have a couple of options. I think we're all just gonna go back and peel. Very bad bomb from me. Does forward speed, I guess, but I should have just used it to remake. Okay, so here me and Bob are basically zoning and killing half their team. So like our main focus here should just be to kill the Doom. Doom is going to be the only thing that can maybe carry this fight back, so we need to just focus him. Everybody who's not on their back line, which is literally only me. Yeah, I mean, okay, I want to go back and look at that. We shouldn't have lost this. I don't understand how we do. Let me look. Let me look. Okay, so me and Bob are on these three. Let's look at what happens here. Okay, here's our Lucio, here's our Kiriko, here's our, our Ashe, here's our Bap. Where's... Okay. Studio, you should probably just be fighting on point. Let me rewind even more. Let's see what really happened. Okay, first of all, bad bomb from me. Does force beat, but not really value. Okay, so instantly, I think me and Studio want to go for this Widow here. I think that's what we want to do. But Studio backs up to here. This is bad. I don't think he called to go on the Widow. Because I didn't go on the Widow, I went back to point. So like you're already like very out of position. This is bad. I have a bad bomb. Convinced is getting focused by their Doom because I have a bad bomb, and Tracer is out of the fight. Overall, just like not very good there. Forces beat. Beat is wiped away from the Lucio. I don't think anybody realizes that this Lucio is so low. Now what we want to do here is we want to kill this Kiriko and Widow because they're super vulnerable in this mega room alone. This is fine. We go in on them. They use Rush to counter that, but I don't care. I'm a big man. I get demeched. Probably fine, as long as we kill the Widow. We kill Lucio, we kill Kiriko. They have no supports here. So who is going to be the carry? It's going to be Doom. We all need to turn around and call focus Doom. I'm out of mech, but it's still, it should still be 4, or really, I guess, damn, their Doom just fucking carried there. So what do we do to play that better? I guess we just don't blitz the fucking Kiriko and Widow. Or really, okay, yeah, like right in this moment, we needed to turn around and shoot at the Lucio and then kill the Doom. Tunnel vision on the back line. Bad play from me and Studio. We left our backline super open to this Doom, and that's just bad play. Although we're still like not shooting at the Doom, like all of us, we're just not like we're ignoring him. But still, like me and Studio probably should have gone and helped y'all with him. Yeah, Doom can carry if you're not careful, and we needed to recognize that, and we didn't. So, you say that killing the Widow is more important than peeling for Doom. Normally, I'd agree, and that's what I did. You know, I peeled, or I mean, I tried to kill the Widow and the Kiriko. But, at the same time, like, whenever we have Ashe Bap, y'all are super vulnerable to the Doom. Like, Doom is really good against that, so... Whenever no one is shooting at the Doom, he's going to fuck. Just like bottom line. I mean, like, yeah, sure, the Widow one shot is hard to play around, but she was in horrible positioning one. She was in the Mega Room. She can do, like, basically nothing there. And two, our Tracer can mark the Widow by herself in theory. And even then, like, again, she has bad positioning, so we probably don't even need to. We should probably just turn around and 5-man kill the Doom. What do we play here? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, we play Hog Rush. Very, very swaggy. I like the call to go around onto their high ground. I also like calling to stay Widow instead of play Reaper. Their hog is fucking ass. Okay, Studio, since their hog backed up and we killed their Widow, you can probably just play on cart here. I don't know if you do or not, but that's probably the play. Yeah, you should just drop the cart. And we should abuse this high ground. Eventually, it looks like you do. Help convinced. Convinced. Again, I don't have comms, so it's kind of hard, but probably play a little bit safer. I don't really like that positioning there. I think you're kind of open to getting picked potentially. What I wanted to do here is I wanted us to all wrap around into the Mega Room, and I hook the hog and we kill him. Nobody came. It's okay, I killed that. Now your positioning is better because I'm with you. You're killing a Lucio. Now we just like should just amp speed at them and kill them. Widow is a threat. Oh, okay. So this is really scary, actually. I don't think anybody called that this Widow was here. I had no idea she was there, personally. Convinced you should be hard backing up. Any squishy should be, like, playing around this wall. Like, out of the Widow's LOS. Like, here. Or even back to cart. Like, we should probably all be backing up to cart here instead of chasing kills. Just because Widow is too scary. Yep. Just like that. I should not have done this. Very bad play from me. I wanted that Widow to kill that Widow bad. Again, if you see like somebody do some stupid shit like this, like call it out. Be like, yo, fucking stop. Please. Good Suzu 10. Good Suzu, dude. Very, very cool. If you don't hit that Suzu, I threw the fucking map. Unlucky. Like this positioning from our DPS. Very cool. Yeah, good positioning from everybody here. Really like the positioning here. Very cool. Okay. So here we're kind of just like sitting there and not making a play. So what play could we make? They have Widow Torb, so they kind of have some scary long range damage dealers, but they're kind of preoccupied with ours. So 10, me and you are probably safe. If Easton backs up and speeds us over to cart, we can speed onto cart and then speed onto their supports. That's probably going to be the play. If not, it can just be me and Easton, and you can still like help us from afar while still like dodging around cover whenever you need to. That's probably the play here. Either way, Easton needs to come back to us. Huge hog. Damn. Okay. Unlucky. Very good pick. Here, even though we got that pick, we should just be backing up. Just back up. Don't let yourself get picked. That's something kind of cool that their Widow was doing. She was using the Torp turret as like cover. Watch out for that. Okay, I believe Easton here calls to go right side. We need to make sure we're... Yeah, like... you're behind us here, Tin. That's kind of rough for us. I missed my hook. That's kind of rough for us. He hogs me. Kind of a bad hog. Easton gets caught out of position because a hog dies. We kill the hog though, so it's okay. Yeah. This positioning... With their positioning here, we should just eat because we have hog and they don't. Convinced you should probably be playing a little back. Very good molten core from them. I don't have heal. I'm dead. But really, we just traded nothing for molten core. Like no ults. That's good. That is good. That is a good fight, even though we lost it. Again, me and Easton want to take, or I just take this by myself. I thought Easton was coming with me. I guess nobody came. Again, if we had comms, this probably wouldn't be as bad. Or if comms from me, I should say. Like, playing over here is like really strong for our comp. And maybe because I want to play over here, we could have played the Reaper. It's just very powerful positioning. They have to come invest a lot of resources into killing me. And because of that, we can get picks like that and that. Not sure if I like that rush. Probably unneeded. It's okay though. Not that big of a deal. We need to go kill the Torb. We need to go kill the Torb. Okay. Okay, this is a play I want to highlight. Because I do this like literally every time. Widow's here. I don't really care. Unfortunately, you got picked studio. This high ground is how you win point B of Junkertown. This high ground is so fucking important. It's unreal. It is unreal how important this high ground is. So the way I like to play this, and the way that we are going to play this, is studio. You're gonna take this. You're gonna take where the Widow is. It's unfortunate that you got picked. It's whatever though. Convinced you're also gonna take this. Very good positioning. They're gonna be looking to kill you, and at the same time, me and our Lucio and 10, I'd probably like 10. I don't know where you should play here. What do you think? Say it in chat. Because I think you could probably play the blitzing up here with us, and I think you could probably play over here with our DPS. I don't know. I think it's up to your discretion. I'm not really sure where you should be. Like, I think you'll probably do more healing if you come with me, obviously, but since I have Lucio and I'm playing Hog, like, I don't think you really need to be. If I'm playing another hero, I do this on other heroes too. It's always good play for one support and sometimes two, but especially on here, the Hog and Lucio to come blitz this high ground while our DPS take this high ground. Very powerful play. I guess you just play cart. You just play cart. That's what you do. You play cart, you can heal from afar, you can do damage. But yeah, we're going to come up to this high ground, we're going to get picks. This is a very powerful position. Just playing in that room keeps our high ground. Now this high ground is ours. Studio, is that, yeah, studios and cart, very cool. Okay, one thing that I do want to note about playing this high ground is Where are you, Easton? 10, you're playing over there. Where's Easton? Easton is on cart. Okay. Now, really, Easton, you should still be up here. Studio should probably be like somewhere on the high ground. That way you can do more damage. And 10, you should probably be on cart. Easton, you need to be playing with me up here. Very, very powerful position. Allows me to play right here so I can speed back to the cover or drop if I need to. I do believe you come up here. You're just trying to get some push.
What's the rush?
Probably a little late though. I don't like... Okay, you make a call here and it would have been an okay call, but they had window and they're unbeat. We just needed to back up here. Like, you were like, nah, go in, I have beat, and I was like, oh god, I don't want to do this.
This ends.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have overclocked. Should have just taken the loss. We were already down a tank. Very, just, I don't know. We traded beat for beat and window, and then we popped overclock for no reason. Should use overclock next fight. We get some good exit picks because our DPS are better. But yeah, probably should have just backed up, not taking that fight. But even though we did, like, we got good trades ult-wise, so we should just backed up and not use Studio. You monster. Quit killing their whole team. Save some kills for the rest of us, buddy. Should save Suzu a little longer. Against the Urusol, you don't have to like pop it immediately. That's not going to do enough damage to kill you immediately. Okay, similar to the last play where we blitzed that high ground, here, like, this is basically going to be like a 4-man thing with 10 or Studio on cart. We can talk about that as a team later. I think I like 10 on cart more. Studio, you should probably switch here. Widow is not that good on this attacking point. You should probably play the Reaper now. So 10 should definitely be on the cart. We all run up these stairs and we run to this high ground. Because with Lucio and us getting late picks on them, we are going to be there before them. We all need to be doing this. I believe only I do. Yeah. If we had comms, we all would have. But just make sure next scrim we're going to be playing the same map pool because I want to like work on these, make sure we're like getting a good understanding of how these maps work before we get into other ones. We need to be blitzing this high ground. This high ground's super important. It is the win condition on Junkertown C. Like, we all just sat on cart for no reason. We got no value out of it. We don't even push it faster. They swap ball. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. We just keep playing for this high ground because we can do stuff like that. We get picks. Yeah, sure, the ball's a little annoying, but it's like, who cares? Just pocket each other on point if he goes for you. We are all on this high ground, love it, good. Need to make sure we're focusing on Genji. I'm not sure if that Suzu was needed. Let's see, why did you use Suzu there?
Coming through.
Okay, you should probably just stay point here. I think you get worried about me probably, or somebody. You get worried about somebody for sure. Oh, you just wanted to dodge. Yeah, not a good Suzu. It's okay though. I don't think it really matters.
Breaking them down. This ends now.
Okay, so what should we do in response to their overclock here? Number one, have we scouted where the Sojourn is? I do not believe we have because there's no way any of us could have seen her. But since we haven't seen her, we know she's not up here. We know she's not here. We should probably assume that she's like too far away from the fight. What we do in response to this overclock is we just speed away. We just run away. We don't do that, and that leaves us really vulnerable. They use Blade too. We got both DPS ults out for no ults from us. I mean, we used Whole Hog way earlier, but Whole Hog is not that valuable. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's look at their positioning here. So they're all on point. Again, the most valuable positioning is where the Sojourn is. I'd probably just go up the stairs and jump on a high ground. Arguably here, I don't think I really realized it in game, but I probably should have swapped to D.Va here. D.Va would have just been a better pick. Would have been good if we could. We're going to be watching for this last fight that Ten was talking about that he said was really bad. I'm going to assume that it was this because our fights were really long this game. They used 3 abilities there for a hook. I jumped to the high ground. Nobody else really wants to. They're kind of scared of it. Very, very bad minds from them. Okay, let's. I want to watch Convinced here. Okay. I don't really like the overclock there. The thing is, you're like super congested here. So like, really, if you were gonna pop overclock, you needed to be on this high ground. I mean, just playing here in general is just very bad. You popped overclock too. Need to be playing around this high ground. Whenever I'm calming, like I'm sure I would have told you, but since I was mute. Like, just remember this very, very powerful positioning. It's how you win Junkertown.C. Yeah. So here we're even, but we did completely waste overclock, which is unfortunate. Sojourn was 1. I think we called it, and we just fucking couldn't kill her for some reason. Their Genji and Ball just lived for too long. That's kind of my fault. I was missing some hooks on them, getting my hooks deflected. Kind of a bad whole hog. The fact that we had a whole hog to clean up there is kind of unfortunate. Fortunate miss. Let me get some good angle. I get hooked here. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down. Okay. Let's look at our positioning here. Easton's in here, that's fine. 10's here, Studio's there, where's Convinced? Convinced, again, you should probably be playing this high ground. Positioning isn't that bad though. Okay. So they popped window and what did they use? Beat? Okay, they're in the middle of using beat, it looks like. So in response to this window and beat, Studio, cancel your high noon. We all just run to this mega room. Unfortunately, Studio, it doesn't look like you can, but I don't really think they can get onto you. Maybe the Genji can if he's really lucky, but 10 can still support you. 10, you probably shouldn't have rushed here. You probably should have just teleported to me, played around the mega, and then rushed after the window and beat ran out. Yeah, okay, we killed Bap. I push in front of the window. Let's see. Very good boop from their Lucio. We need to kill the Lucio. We need to kill the Lucio. We need to kill the Lucio. Good. Genji's next. Genji is next. Genji is next. Genji is next. I do not turn around for the Genji because I'm stupid and bad. Good Suzu. Allows me to eat. Kill the Hog now. Hog's 1. No breather. Hooked him out of breather. We kill him, right? Yeah. No. Okay. 10, I'm gonna look in Discord. I'm gonna assume you have some stuff to say about this. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we kind of lose this because Studio dies. You should have just canceled your Deadeye and rolled around this corner. You should have just waited out the beaten window. They were kind of bad beats and windows, but we played into them and made them good. So we lost this fight. We still get good picks, but I don't know, they just get some good... we have bad cleanup. I don't look at the Genji. Their Hog gets a pick too. Their Sojourn rail shots me as soon as I hook their Hog. Yep. I mean, both of our DPS were dead. Just, yeah, not a clean fight. We should have won that. They wasted 2 support ults and we played into them. Somebody send me Kings. Oh no, I think we kind of covered that fight, probably. I think that fight was okay. The main thing is just like our DPS got picked because we engaged into their 2 support ults, even though we shouldn't have. It was just like not a good fight. We should have played around cover as soon as they popped both support ults for no reason. It was a bad window. It was an even worse beat. Okay, where is the code? A48S87. Is it just me or did that shit not come? S87. Okay, Kings was really bad. Just off rip. It was not that good. We didn't make proactive switching as the main issue. We'll talk a little bit about how to play this comp better though, because, I mean, if we would have played it better, we also would have won. I don't like that. Where does it do that? Okay, so let's talk about their positioning. Or ours, actually. We're on defense first. Okay, so we are playing... Okay, number 1, I assume Plaz said to do this, but don't do this. Ana, not good. Should have been playing Kiriko. I do believe we instantly swap, but playing Ana here is just not as good. If we are going to look for Ana, or look to play Ana, gotta remember that they have Kiriko, so your sleep and nade need to be used later in the fight than usual. Like, normally, here, you would, like, nade right now. If they didn't have a Kiriko. You could nade right now Lucio and Junker Queen are purple, and your Winston, and, again, the Tracer should just be swapped out for the Reaper. Like, halfway playing this comp doesn't really work. Could have just gone under them. Here we should have identified that their Lucio is absolutely fucking trolling and kill him. Now their JQ has point position. Nilly is up here. I mean, it's okay positioning, but again, Ana is just worse. Studio kills the Widow. I'm not really sure how much it matters. fighting them in this in hotels just like probably shouldn't work. It did because convinced popped off. Bad jump. I'm gonna rewind this.
Defend objective A.
Okay, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. Where is Studio? Studio is gonna kill their Widow. Okay. Now, Studio, you should be playing here, and we should be playing over here. In theory. However, because the Genji's low, and presumably Nilly called it out because she just shot him, Studio, you should turn your attention to the Genji and then move back over to where our Winston is. Creating this crossfire here is not that valuable. Not as valuable as killing the Genji is anyway. And then after that you can go support the front line and run over the JQ. Their JQ gets a good swing on the Clove here. Clove should have died. Fantastic bubble from Plaz. I knew that was coming. Really cool. But because we used bubble here, because we know to slave Clove, we really just shouldn't play in the hotel even more. Like, in this comp, Winston bubble is like how you take a fight. Without Winston bubble, you just lose, especially to like JQ, Sojourn, Kiriko. JQ is kind of, god damn it.
Defend objective A.
JQ kind of rips through this comp, actually, even though JQ is horrible. If we don't have Kiriko and we don't have Winston bubble, it's just like, it's not good. Fortunately, Convince gets some picks, so we don't just lose. But really, we shouldn't have fought in that hotel and Studio. You should have played with the front line. Okay, so Plaz likes to play in this mini room because in double bubble or even in the mirror, this mini room is really powerful. However, since they're playing JQ with like basically rush, like this mini room is not as powerful because like if they come onto you here, you lose actually. Really the better positioning is to just play like here, like on point, because it gives you more sightlines to go onto their Sojourn, their Kiriko, forces cooldowns, get out. Also allows you to reposition better if they go through hotel. I don't know. Playing around the mini room here, not very good because of the comp they're playing. Normally, good, very good. But, okay. Let's talk about this. Clove, you should probably be with Plaz here. How do you get split off? Okay, so Convinced and Nilly want to play here. And normally this is okay. Convinced takes the better angle because he realizes the fight is going to happen over here. Nilly, you can't. Okay, you do rotate as well. So Clove, how do you get caught out? Because everybody is in the right positioning except you here. Unless they don't peek here. Okay, you just like back up and get shot by the JQ. Yeah, I mean, you should have just like not backed up there. You played into the JQ, and the JQ punished you for it. We would have been able to get picks there if you aren't like, if we don't have to peel for you, but we did. So we kind of just get run over. JQ really punishes bad positioning, like even harder than Hog does. So just like be very careful against a JQ. Okay, so let's talk about swaps. Nano, not that important. Go Kiriko. Play Reaper and Plaz go Hawk. It's as simple as that. Your ults are not that impactful. Maybe Pulse Bomb. You can use Pulse Bomb and then go Reaper, but Nano and Primal especially not that important. Winston is not that good against JQ. Let me explain like why the Winston, Lucio, Kiriko, Reaper, Sojourn is even meta in the first place. So, Nilly, I'm not flaming you for playing Ana. I just checked Discord, but I'm not flaming you for playing Ana. I know that it was Plaz's idea, but it is just, it's not good. Me and Plaz haven't had a chance to like talk like, okay, what are we gonna run on each map? What's good, what's not, because we don't have map pools and we don't even have like a roster yet. But the reason that Ana is so like bad, I guess, is because you don't have as much impact. You cannot do as much on Ana as you can on Kiriko right now. With this comp especially, I think Ana is only like maybe viable if we have Hog. If we have Winston, it's just like, why play Ana? What does Ana do for you? Your nades are going to be completely irrelevant other than your heal nades, which, like, okay, yeah, sure, heal nade is cool, but it's not that impactful. Sleep dart, irrelevant, other than maybe you can cancel a Hog breather, but they don't have Hog. Yeah, Ana just kind of does nothing, especially against their comp. Should just swapped off immediately. I know you do swap onto the Kiriko, and I know that it's not your fault that you were playing the wrong hero. I mean, this is something the team talked about, and it was decided that you were going to play Ana. It wasn't like okay, I'm Nilly, I'm going to play Ana, and I know that's not what you did. It's okay. But yeah, honestly, I think we just lose this map because we weren't proactive with the switching. Need to be playing a Hog, Reaper, Kiriko here. Simple as that. If we do, we win. Here, let's talk about where we should be fighting. Studio, you should probably like being over there is probably fine. Convinced you need to be playing around this high ground for now, and then whenever they push farther, you need to be playing around this high ground. Playing on the low ground just isn't as valuable. Plaz, you're too far up. Plaz, you're way too far up. Yeah, great beat from Clove. Plaz goes a little too far, so he has to prop Primal. Oh no, we popped 4 ults. Guys, no. No. Okay. So, they got a really good JQ ult. They got a really good JQ ult. That did happen, but we responded with beat, so it wasn't that impactful. Okay, so what should we have done here? Who do we nano? We nano Studio. I'm not really sure if I really like that nano. I mean, who can he kill? He can maybe kill Sojourn. Maybe Lucio if he gets lucky. Kiriko if she gets caught without her abilities. But really he's only going to kill one of them. All this really is going to do is maybe get a kill and result in him building more ult charge. Nano, especially right now, should be used more defensively. Nano is a good defensive tool because it farms your ults quicker, it prevents them from farming their ults as fast, and it saves somebody's life. I don't think engaging with Nano is good unless you're comboing ults. Not a valuable Nano. Great beat from Clove. Probably didn't need overclock. And Plaz jumped in to go help the Tracer, so he didn't catch beat, so I think he kind of had to prop Primal, but the Nano and Overclock were just not needed. We would have won the fight without them, especially like right now. Like, why did you pop Overclock? I just don't understand. The Nano was also bad, but I think the Nano was called for just battle usage. We stacked ults. They used JQ for 4 of ours, and that's just not worth. We don't even have Pulse Bomb. They have Rush Blade. They have Overclock. They have Beat. They're gonna roll us in this next fight, and without that ult usage from them, they're gonna roll us in the next fight too, because they're gonna still have 2 ults. Really, they should only be using Rush Blade here, and then the next fight they should use Overclock and use Beat as they need to. And then by that point, we're only gonna have Pulse Bomb. Okay, this is a really, 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 really fucking horrible positioning. I do not understand why Plaz is here and Nelly is here. We needed to be deciding where we're gonna play. The reality is like on Kings Row B especially, like this is a actual rush comp. Like it's closer to Rhine than ever. You can't really like dive. We need to be playing on this corner, and whenever we do dive, it's going to be because the Tracer gets somebody low and Plaz can go jump on them, and Nelly can throw a nade in there. It gets cleansed, but it hits Plaz anyway. But playing on cart, or Plaz playing on cart out of Nelly's sightline is just awful, and he gets picked for it, I bet. Okay. Maybe that fight doesn't go as badly if we have better positioning. I mean, they do still have just a massive ult advantage, so maybe it still does go horrible, but maybe it doesn't go as badly if we have better positioning, but we don't. Very, very, very bad positioning there. I think we do get a recontest that they're just going to pop Overclock and Beat on, and we lose. Okay, let's talk about how we want to take this fight, okay? So a reason that I don't really like Tracer, I think if you do want to not play Reaper, you should probably be playing Genji, is because of this right here. Plaz is gonna want to jump on this Sojourn and Genji, I assume anyway. That's what he should want to do. But I don't really know if he can, because you can't really follow up unless you take this long walk over here. Yeah, he does. And they just jump away. They pop Beat, or they pop Shout. Yeah, okay. Plaz, probably don't jump on the Sojourn so much. You should really only jump on Sojourn if Sojourn uses her slide for anything else. Jumping on Sojourn is not that valuable. Without it, if you're gonna jump on Sojourn, she needs to not have slide, otherwise you're gonna not get much value. Let's talk about this fight. Let's look at where we are. Nelly, you're over here, probably because you're scared of the Sojourn. Okay, I'm not sure if you did call this or not, but supports, if you're being zoned out by a DPS like this on the high ground, you need to call that out, because Nelly now cannot really peek for a little bit. And that means that Plaz and the rest of the team have way less healing. So they need to go force the DPS off the high ground so you can peek back. Good solid play. Chase Daggers here. Chase Daggers, good. We won that fight with just Pulse Bomb against Beat and Overclock. That's pretty solid. Good job. I think that was fairly well played. The only thing I will say that I didn't really like is Plaz kind of jumped on the Sojourn twice, doing nothing on it. Like the positioning, solid positioning. Don't have to give up the high ground there, and if you do, you need to be rotating to this one. Where did you go, Convinced? Where did you go? Yeah, no, don't play cart. Just go back to the other high ground if you don't want to play that one because you're afraid of getting poked out. Plaz, jump away. Plaz, jump away. Plaz, jump away.
Time for the reckoning. This ends now.
Good JQ ult. They probably just win these. Yeah, okay. Let's go back. Let's watch this from the Plaz perspective. Okay, you're playing over here. Okay. So this positioning is good, like, because what if they go this way? But since they're going this way, you should just like, you should probably just jump to this high ground. You're just gonna get rushed by the JQ. You really have to. Okay, JQ is only bad because she's really easy to play around. But if you don't play around the JQ, she gets a lot of value, like she does in this map. Since they are getting value out of the JQ, it's because we aren't positioning ourselves in a way that prevents JQ from doing much. So as soon as you realize that they're not going left, or none of them are, they don't want to take this high ground up here, you should just jump up here. Convince should be up here. Like, really, everybody should be up here. Okay, there's no value to playing over here or on the cart. Like, we should just be playing on high ground. It's just not good. Yeah, I'm not sure why you still haven't jumped. I'm not sure why any of us haven't rotated this high ground. Nobody has. Just should have been a play that made, especially now. Especially now. Goddamn, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, we lose because we don't play around the JQ. Needed to rotate to the high ground. We don't. Fight loss. Cool picks from the DPS. Doesn't matter. They swap holograph of JQ. So now you gotta play a little differently. Okay. Really great rush. Really good rush. But they disengaged from it.
Special delivery.
Probably didn't need a pulse there. Plaz should have turned around and focused the Genji. Another big thing that I noticed, like, we aren't really focusing the Genji, and he's kind of getting stupid picks that he shouldn't be able to. We need to look at him more. We did that on, what is that, Oasis 2 and Junkertown. Like, on all of the maps, the Genji just got dumb picks that he shouldn't have. Clove has beat for the Rush Blade. So Beat's gonna be need to use defensively in this fight. Studio, interesting. Okay, don't like this positioning. Really don't like this positioning. It's too aggressive. They're playing AUG. Like, really, what are you... Fuck. God. I feel like you're just not gonna do much here. You force Kiriko abilities, but your team just kind of gets run over. I don't think it's worth. And you might die. Yeah. Don't really get much value out of that positioning. Huge. We killed. Okay. So we get a kill here. Normally I'd say just go dive the back line, but really what we should do is turn around, fuck the hog, and kill the Genji. Like the Reaper swap. Kill that soldier, kill that hoe. Nice. We have no front line here. Plasno.
Jason.
1 second.
seconds remaining.
Sorry, I needed to go help my dad with something. Sorry about leaving and muting my mic. Forgot to unmute it. Okay. Good positioning here from everybody. Very cool. Convinced. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Slide out, slide out, slide out, slide out. Run away. Run the fuck away. You should probably be up here. You should definitely be up here. Because you're not, it makes everybody else like their positioning not as valuable. Plaza's in there. It's gonna die.
This ends now.
Very weird that they don't combo Russian Blade. I really thought they would have. Very swaggy. Plaz probably just shouldn't have been so deep. Now they have beat to run at us. We just disengage hard. Just run the fuck away. Run away. Studio's back. Now we can fight again. Probably should have swapped to Diva, not Ball.
This ends now.
Wasn't that important to like get on cart. More important to be valuable in the fight and get on cart. Convinced is just better. So we win the fight, I presume. Yeah. Solid defense outside of point B. Point B was pretty bad, but point C, point A, not that bad. Point A we only lost because okay. I guess I can talk about some stuff here on this attack, but the main thing is we just need to switch their comp hard rolls, the meta. So, I mean, we just, in response to them playing a hard counter comp like this, what we run is we just play fucking Hanzo, Sojourn, Ash Widow, something like that. Some range DPS that fucking obliterates Torb, Bap, Sigma, Bap, and like honestly Mercy. We don't even need to play Zen. Like you just play those 5 and then we win. And if they swap because they realize okay they're not gonna just play into our counter, then you can move back to this comp, or you can just stay that comp because it's not that bad of a comp against other things, as long as they don't play the meta. Let me go see what y'all said in YouTube chat. Okay, if that's what I'm saying, like I still will talk about like how to play the comp right, but I don't think it's like as worth as just swapping. So we want to wrap all the way around. Now, sometimes wrapping all the way around is good, but here I don't really think it is. Really, the position we should be fighting for is Hotel. And we should have a Reaper, not a Widow. I'm not sure if we're going to switch, but if we don't, we should just be playing Reaper, and we should be playing in Hotel. Hotel is a really valuable position. They can't really force you out of it because, I mean, the only person who really wants to fight you in there are the Orisa and the Torb. After you force Orisa cooldowns, or whenever Orisa pops cooldowns, you just back away. And then you go back in whenever her cooldowns are gone, and you try to force Torb overload, and then once that's out, you just go hard on the back line. That position is a lot better, especially if you have the Reaper, than playing up here. You're not really going to get much value from up here, other than maybe you're going to break turret. Hopefully we break turret. We break turret, and now we can drop onto them and play in hotel. But we are not all over here. Studio, like, really, you just shouldn't be on Widow here. Like, you're going to get focused. So, like, playing Widow here is just really bad. Convinced I like the positioning. Nilly, you should probably be down here, but I guess playing up there is fine too. Again, I really just wish we were playing Reaper. Unless Studio hits a shot here, we probably just lose this fight. If we are gonna do anything, it's probably gonna be jumping onto their Bapper Lucio, trying to get a pick that way. I mean, honestly, it's just like this comp is not gonna work, especially with the Widow. We aren't gonna be able to do anything. Widow gets focused down, and we just reset. We just reset here. Okay, we just swapped to the Reaper. Now that we're on Reaper, we really should be fighting Hotel. Hotel is a really good position, especially with the Reaper. Play Hotel, please. Plaz, what do you want me to repeat about beating their comp? Like, the heroes you should play, or like how you should beat the comp with this comp? Because, again, like, the way you beat their comp with this comp is, like, you just play Hotel. But yeah, let's just... They wasted Disrupt. You just wait for Disrupt to end, and then we walk Hotel. We should be walking Hotel here. We want to take the wide fight. Okay. Especially, like, you should not be walking this way, because they're poke and we are rush. They're going to back up and they're just going to shoot at you, and we're going to take too much poke and we're going to lose. Playing here is not good for this comp against their comp. We need to be, if we aren't going to take Hotel, we need to be wrapping around this way. Playing into their LOS right here, very, 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 very bad. Don't do it, please. Again, we want to take this fight, or this, like, rotation up here. I don't like this rotation, to be honest. Because I think you like it, and normally I do. Yeah, plus what I was saying about, like, the Orisa cooldowns is, I mean, like, whenever you fight in Hotel, she's going to use her cooldowns to, like, get onto you. She's going to use Javelin Spin. She's going to use Javelin. I don't mean, like, wait out her cooldowns, like, wait out her cooldowns and then kill her. I mean, like, you wait out her cooldowns, because while she has her cooldowns, you can't, like, engage through Hotel. Like, yeah, you're right. You do ignore her, but you ignore her after she uses her cooldowns. Because in the fight in Hotel, she's either going to use her cooldowns and back up, or she's going to use her cooldowns and stay in there, and whenever she uses her cooldowns and stay in there, you just jump on her backline. Basically, she loses in Hotel once she uses her cooldowns, if she doesn't get value from them. They use Disruptor. Okay, if we're all going to rotate around, Convinced you should stay in this window. The rest of us should drop right here. We should break turret. Breaking turret is going to be very important. Why did nobody else drop? Plaz has to waste bubble because nobody else dropped with him. Very, very bad. They waste Fortify. What the fuck? Okay. This is just very bad. Okay. So we all rotate over here. Convinced wants to... No. No. You either play in this window or you drop... You don't rotate back over here. You're way too easily focused. Where is Studio? Studio Clove. Drop with the monkey. You get no value from being up here. If you're one, then tell the monkey not to drop. Like, do not... Don't stop. No. We waste bubble, and like honestly after the bubble's used, like the fight's lost, to be honest, especially after Convince dies. Like I just reset here. Cool pick, but I just don't think it matters. I think we probably just reset here. After Convinced is dead, they're just gonna beat us in the long run. Unless we have ults and we didn't. Like, we're just dragging out this fight way too long. Especially, like we shouldn't really be back here at all. Do they know you're there? They probably do. Okay, now they definitely do. Maybe you can kill Bap. You force ammo. Now jump away, jump away. Oh. God, the fact that they haven't killed you is insane. Okay. Don't like the rush. They just back away from it. Good bubble. Don't walk into it. Don't walk into it. Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh. Okay.
Not so fast.
Okay, so we rushed too early. We need to get here and then rush. Rushing here, like, it doesn't really give us any value. Now, the question is, how do you get here? And the answer is, you kind of can't. Like, they're playing poke, and we're playing the rush. So, the only way we really can get there is either we use cooldowns, so we use bubble and we walk, or we beat engage. And what we probably should have done is we probably should have waited for beat to come online. We should have just poked out for the beat, waited for beat to come online, walk forward until we really think we need beat, use beat, keep walking, then rush, and boom, we should have won the fight. But we rushed too early. Our rush gets no value. Very good pull from them. Studio gets picked by the Sojourn. They use beat. We pop overclock for like no reason. Probably shouldn't have popped overclock. When do we pop overclock?
If they won't quit, neither will I.
So I don't, I understand like that rushing there creates space, but I don't think it's as good as the rush could have been. Like, I understand the play, but the thing that y'all do the next fight and where y'all beat is just like the better version of doing that. Like, using rush to, like, just get a little bit of space and get you onto point isn't good. Okay. Unfortunate about the bubble, by the way. Probably should have just paid attention and saw that it was breaking, but it happens, honestly. Yeah, okay. The overclock was bad too. It's unfortunate that we overclocked there. I don't think that we were really getting Studio in position to get value on Reaper either. I don't, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he's out of Death Blossom.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay. Another thing about the beating gauge here. So the beating gauge y'all do here is a good idea, but it needs to happen a little later. Okay, I love that you'll wait out the overclock. Very cool. Very cool. Should have waited. Like, maybe you don't wait because you're afraid of getting one shot by the Sojourn, but in that case, you can just like, you can waste bubble because beat basically functions as a bubble, but like arguably better. Your Winston can jump forward, place bubble, y'all can all move up, then you could beat. Beating so early isn't as good because it doesn't get as much value out of the beat. Convinced, like I think like here you should probably like be fighting for one of these high grounds. I don't think being there is good. It's not that safe. You can get more damage output somewhere else too. Nilly gets rushed down. Yeah, convinced. I wish you were on a high ground because then Nilly could have teleported to you. I assume Nilly dies there. No, she's Suzu and lives. Cool. Plaz dies though because she couldn't help him. Yeah, I mean that was pretty much your last chance. Maybe you can get a 6-man Death Blossom or 5. Yeah, no, doesn't look like it. Happens. Happens. I don't think there's, yeah. It's okay. Alright, thank you for turning into the VOD review. Appreciate it, guys.